back to the channel, everyone. Accountrepreneur Sales. Check us out at Universal Accounting Center. How to charge premium fees. Most accountants have a pricing problem. I think most of you are experiencing that, but not because you lack technical knowledge, not because you lack credentials, and definitely not experience. Some of you might, but that's no big deal. Well, experience doesn't matter, actually. It's about what you can do for the business owner, the actual value. Right? So what in the world are you doing? Get out of your head, right? Get out of your head. Look, you have a positioning problem, right? Many of the smartest accountants I know are charging less than consultants who couldn't read a financial statement if their life depended on it. Why? Because accountants sell work, consultants sell outcomes. The market pays dramatically for outcomes. And until you understand that distinction, premium fees will always feel difficult. So module 1, go ahead and write this down. Stop selling accounting, right? Here's the first lesson, guys. Clients don't buy your bookkeeping. They don't buy your tax returns. They don't buy your financial statements. Clients buy what those things do for them, okay? Nobody buys a drill because they want a drill. They buy a hole, right? Nobody buys bookkeeping because they love reconciliations. What are they really buying? Peace of mind, clarity, right? Better decisions, growth. The moment you stop selling accounting and start selling outcomes, what do you think happens? Your pricing power changes. All right, so let's get away from selling accounting. We got to start selling the outcomes, right? If I'm selling features and benefits and I'm info dumping on people and I'm not selling the transformation, I'm not selling the outcome, I'm not winning. I'm not closing deals, right? All right, let's go to the next module. So most of the firms when I'm talking with business owners and stuff like that, what I see a lot is $300 to $800 per month, right? Most firms price based on workload, how many transactions, how many accounts, how many hours, how many entities, right? Well, that immediately turns your service into a commodity. You got to quit doing this stuff, right? It doesn't make any sense. Whenever you price based on labor, clients compare you to everyone else. When you price based on business impact, comparisons become difficult, right? A business owner will argue over $500 a month. That same owner won't argue over $3,000 a month if they believe you're helping them make an additional $100,000 annually. Just think about it, guys. Use your common sense, all right? Raise the prices. Raise the prices. Believe in yourself more. If you don't have the certification to do it, find it. Universal Accounting Center, Profit and Growth Advisory. You got to be able to do more than just report numbers. All right, let's go to the next module, right? There's 3 levels of value. Okay, let's write that down. The 3 levels of value. Okay, level 1, historian. Right, the historian, they report what happens, right? They report what went on in the business last month. Lowest pricing power, okay? Level 2, I call it the interpreter, right? They explain what happened. They got moderate pricing power. All right, then there's level 3. The advisor, right? Profit and Growth, Universal Accounting. Check us out. Reach out to me. I'll help you get it. Help you get a good price on it. You get a coach after, right? But you're going to learn levels 1 through level 5 advisory. And with advisory, it helps determine what happens next, right? If you've got the highest pricing power on the scene, you're the big dog now, right? And most accountants actually live at level 1. But some do operate at 2. Some do. Very few consistently operate at level 3. Those are the people making $400,000, $500,000 a year, right? Level 3 is where premium fees exist. And I mean personally, not their business. Their business is making more. So, all right, let's go to the next module. The Profit and Growth Expert Opportunity, okay? First of all, Universal Accounting Center, we have this program. It is top of the line program in terms of advisory, how to take a business's numbers and improve those numbers. Bring an additional $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, and you can charge anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 depending on the niche, which is beautiful. So write that down. Profit and Growth Expert Opportunity. Advisory, right? Not because, here's the thing. Advisory is the future, all right? Bookkeeping's not going to disappear, and tax work's not going to disappear. AI is just a tool, so it's not a big deal. You don't need to freak out about it. It's wrong all the time, okay? It's wrong all the time. But here's the thing. Business owners need help making decisions. The Profit and Growth Expert Framework gives accounts a structure for doing exactly that. So you got to think, instead of meeting with clients to review the numbers, you're meeting with clients to improve those numbers. Bookkeeping, reporting the past. Advisory, shaping the future, right? I'd rather do that. It's more fun, make more money, right? You've already done the books. You've already done the hard part. The advisory, The bookkeeping tells the story, the advisory shapes the future. All right? Tells us how the story's going to end. That's how you have to look at it. And it's a completely different engagement. All right? Inside the framework, you're helping clients increase profitability, improve cash flow, analyze pricing, improve operational efficiency, identify profit leaks, create growth strategies, and build accountability. Now you're not discussing transactions, right? You're discussing business performance, and business performance commands higher fees. You want to make more money? The more you learn, the more you earn. Go out and get your certification, right? Guys, and also, we've been in school for almost 50 years now. So if anyone knows how to do it, we know how to do it. All right, let's go to the next module. How to actually raise your fees. So if you made it to this part of the video, congratulations. I'm going to teach you how to do something insane. All right, how to actually raise your fees. Here's the practical part. All right, step one, okay? Choose 10 existing clients. Not all of them, but just 10. All right? And if you don't have 10, go get 10. Watch some of my videos. I already teach how to do that. It's really easy. Just reach out to business owners on social media, about 50 to 100 a day. No, I don't know. You'll probably start making money, man. You just got to get out there and start moving. Get out of your own head and put the action forward and start creating results, right? What stands in the way becomes the way. You don't have clients, you need to go get clients. You need to start doing outreach. You'll start becoming more comfortable. And also what happens is repetition breeds skill. The more sales calls you take, the more intro calls you take, dude, forget about it. You're going to be all right. All right, so anyway, choose 10 existing clients, all right? Not all of them, but just 10 of them. Step 2 is schedule a strategic business review. Not a bookkeeping review, not a tax review, a business review. And step 3 is ask questions, all right? What's your biggest growth challenge? What's preventing higher profitability? What's keeping you up at night? What's your revenue goal this year? What's stopping you from getting there? And here's step 4. Use their financials to identify opportunities. Not problems, but opportunities. Step 5, present a roadmap. All right, this is where advisory begins. Now you're no longer saying, hey, here's your P&L. You're saying, here's how we improve profit by 15%. Well, that conversation is worth significantly more money. Does that make sense? All right, good, guys. Make sure you're writing this down. All right, hey, the next thing is, the next module is the formula for premium fees. The formula for premium fees. By the way, if you don't do it, you won't make the money. So we'll just say that, right? This is just common sense, right? I'm very ruthless and relentless and aggressive, all of those things when it comes to business. But when working with a prospect, very loving and caring, right? But you guys, when you're taking the notes, need to be like a blood that smells shark, or a shark that smells blood. You need to get that intense in taking your notes when you're training, right? You need to train hard, because then that's going to replicate when you're on the calls. Those kinds of things. Anyways, I went down a few rabbit holes this call. The formula for this video, you can tell I'm a sales guy, this call. Anyways, the formula for premium fees. Okay, so here's the thing. Write this down. Premium fee equals financial expertise plus strategic guidance plus accountability. Most firms only provide expertise. The highest paid firms provide all three, okay? You have to understand, knowledge alone isn't enough anymore, right? Got AI. Clients getting knowledge, they can get it anywhere, okay? It's everywhere, it's anywhere. What they can't get everywhere is someone who helps them execute. That's a big difference, right? So I'll leave you with this today, all right? The future of accounting, the future of accounting isn't charging more for bookkeeping, okay? You can only charge so much for that. You're just reporting data, right? The future of accounting isn't charging more for tax returns, right? Maybe you can throw in you learned a few more things, throw a couple hundred on, but that's not going to, do much for you. Let's be honest with each other, okay? The future of accounting is becoming so valuable to your client's decision-making process that your fee becomes insignificant compared to the value that you create, right? The firms that win over the next decade won't be the best accountants. They're going to be the accountants who become indispensable advisors. And that's where premium fees are born. So listen, we've got the profit and growth certification. We've got the AI programs. You just got to reach out to us. I can't stress it enough. If you want to actually charge more money, you need to have... you need to learn more. That way you can do more. Just think how cool it would be to take that landscaping company that you're working with and they're making $5,000 a month and you're able to help them bring in $25,000 a month through your cash flow policies that you'll implement. So there's all those great things that you got to learn. All right. So, anyways, we'll see you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed it.